Okay, so you've got your game designers. There's different types of game designers as well. You'll have your lead game designer, you'll have your junior designers. Sometimes it's possible to get straight into the industry in a junior designer position, you know, if you want to move into design. And then you've got your level designers as well. So your designers are responsible for devising what a game consists of and how it plays. They ensure that the whole team understands and shares their vision. So under the instruction of the lead designer, the design team creates a design document outlining the gameplay mechanics, so you know, just how the characters move, how they interact with things, even things like the distance a character can jump, you know, how they move, are they going to be able to climb. So, you know, different games, you've got sort of very, very kind of different sort of mechanics and physics. And if you think about Devil May Cry series, I don't know if anyone's played the new Devil May Cry before, the characters in that kind of move ridiculous compared to human characters, so they can jump so much further. All of that needs to be set out initially. The game designer kind of needs to make all of these decisions on, you know, how the character's going to actually move and what kind of things they can do within the world. So I've outlined the gameplay, the mechanics, the world, the settings, the story. They'll work out, you know, what story is going to run through it. They don't necessarily have to write all of the script and everything themselves. You can actually get a script writer in who will work with them on that. Characters and all the other gameplay elements and design details. So, you know, everything, down to even kind of non-player characters, how you're going to interact with them, how non-player characters are going to progress the storyline, how they're going to aid the player. So they put together this design document, and the rest of the development team will work from that design document to create the art assets and the code and to kind of create an engine, you know, games engine. Okay, to kind of create an engine that can cope with the kind of physics and stuff that they want to be happening in the game. Okay, so the junior designers will kind of work on some smaller aspects of that, like the lead designer might sort of set them up, you know, working out various design details or working out details of the characters. And then the level designer will take all of that information, sort of break down this sort of overall game document into levels, you know, to kind of figure out how each individual level is then going to play. Okay, so I've just stuck a couple of slides in to show you the kind of things a game designer would create. So this is actually, I've published this from a friend at Blitz Games. This is just a little mission brief example they created for Pac-Man World 3. I'm aware I'm standing right in front of this screen here. I'll try and stand a little bit off to the side, even though I'm blocking your view, sorry about that. But this is a mission brief example. So this was taken from the game design document, and they created a little mission brief to then, you know, hand to the art team, the programmers, just to show kind of what happens in each level. So this is for the first level. It's just a kind of sandbox level where the player is able to, you know, isn't really able to get hurt, and is able to run about and sort of learn what moves they have. So that's the info they've got. The mission statement: a place to learn how to control Pac-Man and have some fun as he clamber out of the giant pit. So length is 15 to 20 minutes, 10 minutes for an experienced player, very easy. And there's a bit about the narrative progression as well, so, you know, they need to think about how each level is going to progress the storyline. Objectives are just to reach the surface and escape from the pit, and the new mechanics available, as this is the first level, you know, there's a load of new mechanics available. So the pack dots, pack dot chains. Has anyone played Pac-Man World 3? I haven't myself, so I don't know much about this particular level. And the new controls available. And you probably learned that you know, when you're playing games, different levels will introduce sort of new skills. You know, the player will be taught something extra that enables them to do something more. Okay. And just another example of, you know, what I was talking about, the jumps. You know, how far a player can jump, and a bit about the gameplay mechanics. So designers would also need to think about this kind of thing. So the game designer and the level designer would work together and work out, you know, how far can a player actually jump. And that's an important thing to know when you come on to actually designing the level, because you need to know whether the jumps are going to be difficult for the players, what's going to be an easy jump, what's going to be difficult. So if you look at this here, worked out this is going to be an easy jump because you can see there's a bit of a buffer. There's a bit of a buffer on each side there. So if the player jumps a little bit before they're at the edge, they'll land well over the edge on the other side. So it's, you know, a pretty safe jump. Difficult version at the end here, you can see there's no buffer, so the player has to jump right when they're on the edge, and then they'll land just on the edge of the other side. Yeah, then they'll land just on the edge on the other side. So that would be a hard jump, and if they fall, that's it, they fall down the pit and they're dead. Now to make that a bit easier, or to stop the player getting so frustrated, what you can do is see there's a little slope put in here. So that gives the player another chance. So if they do fall, they can just walk back up and jump up the side here and then try again. You also need to think about as well, I mean, is the player able to grab an edge? So this might not be as difficult. The player can actually grab onto the edge if they just miss landing. So all these kind of things you need to think about.